Hi folks, alright, I've got my cup of tea and I'm going to do a line and wash. I did one for Patreon yesterday, but I thought I'd better do one for you. So I've just put a hearts barn, old barn in here, some trees, nothing great. And now there's my little blob of, right in the middle, of black acrylic paint. And I've got a little syringe here, which I'll just put the watercolours to one side. Just put them there. Probably forget where I put them. So I'll just squirt in a bit of mixing water, and then we'll start to put in this building here. Do it rough and rustic. Sort of an old building in the wood. Get that put down there. The door. Oops. So it's my wrist when I do this. Okay, that'll do for that. That's get some dilute paint here. Got some on the ferrule. Now, the one I did yesterday, the sound was pretty good. I can't grumble, so I hope this is going to work out quite well. So let's have a bit of a hill coming down there. And just add in some bits of brush. If I go quiet, it's because I'm sort of concentrating on doing the painting. And we don't want too much symmetry, or any symmetry really. Let's get that slightly up there. Otherwise it looks a bit contrived, so we'll put a couple of trees in. And remember, some trees the branches go down as well as up. And they need to be quite sturdy to hold the weight of the tree up, especially oak trees are wonderful. This is sort of an oak tree. And when you put the paint over this, it sort of loses some of its intensity or the contrast. It's the attractive thing about these things is the contrast between black and white, but when you put the colour on it, sort of lessens it somewhat. Right, okay, I'm going to do another couple here and there. Let's use up some of the paint in here. I learned my trees from Roland Hilder, working from his instructional books, the shapes, the balloon shapes that he got, and it took me a long time to learn to do it. Don't worry that that's gone a bit mucky there. It's a lovely day today. Not going to be too hot, but it's after what we have had. Well, June is behaving itself. It's lovely. Not quite happy with that. No, just dry brush over it. I'm going to put some more trees behind, but I'll leave those unpainted at the moment. I'll put probably a hard green shrub to highlight the barn. Let's just get a bit of nondescript stuff just in there. Whoops, don't use your best brushes for this. I wasn't going to do that, but I'll have to now. The painting doesn't take very long. It's the drawing. Great line and wash artist was Edward Weston and Roland Hill, of course. Just some scrubby things here in the distance. Okay. Now, I do like trees behind buildings, so let's put a larger one in here. I'll use a shorter brush for that. Have a couple behind there, and have a long one back. And then these lovely trees, I don't know what they're called, they're ones that go up, the top will go up, they all go up. Or whether they're ash. Oh, just all looks so attractive because of the contrast between the black and the white. Okay, that'll do for that. Oh, we'll just put a little bit down here. I've got a cloth by the side of me that I can just wipe the excess off. Right, now you only use a tiny bit of the black, so don't worry about being too stingy with it. And into that we'll put some other bits and pieces. Okay, let's get that there. Now this is going to be a sort of a wintry sort of scene. Okay, well that's our basic drawing. Let's put those to one side. Let's push my table. Oh, sorry. Okay, now I'm going to give that a dry. Let's have a swig of tea. For me to show this and the painting and the palette is very difficult because it'd have to be here, and with this moved over, and I like to hold the palette, so I can't very well do it easily. I'm just pushing it back a bit. Right. Okay, put the watercolours. So here we are. Cadmium yellow, raw sienna, alizarin crimson, light red, ultramarine, burnt umber, Payne's grey, burnt sienna. So I'm going to dry it off. So mute your sound because it could be quite loud. Mute now. I think actually I can turn the microphone off on this. I can turn the microphone on this off on this. I'll try later on. I won't practice it now because I might have the whole recording. I'll just tell you when to shut your ears. Okay, so wet the paper all over. This I cut the handle down a bit too short. It's probably the best one of the lot I've bought over several years. That's why I use it. The latest one splits in the middle. They all split, but this one comes back together. Look, comes back together quite easily. Now into that, I want to put some sienna. I'm not sure what I'm going to do here, but I want a wintry sky. So that will have some bit of red, low horizon, low sun, bit of light red. Alright, now some cloud, a bit of ultramarine and a bit of red. Keep it on the blue side, just as a little bit darker here and there. The red, you certainly wouldn't need artist quality red with this Cotman red. It's so powerful. So we've got a nice bit of sky there. But as you come down, the clouds are much smaller. Just to touch them with the brush. Okay, right, let's reclip that. This is Fabriano, £130. It's studio paper, practice paper. Very, very good for wetting wet. I would like it flatter than that, but for the camera, I can't get close enough to it with my easel, so all excuses, isn't it? Right, let's clean my brush out. When you squeeze the hairs, look, just squeeze, don't pull, because you've eventually pull the clumps. They're clumps of bristles sewn into this wooden ferrule or wooden handle. Right, okay, now let's put in some background, but that's a bit wet at the moment, so I'm going to dry it. So headphones off now. Okay, you're safe now. I didn't dry it to bone dry. I don't want it bone dry. I want a bit of softness in the painting, especially on the background. So I'm going to mix a bit of alizarin and a touch of blue. To put in a bit of a background coming over there, some distant hills. I probably won't show by the time I've got my trees done. But what do we want as a horizon? I mean, as a foreground? Probably just a bit of meadow. Yeah, okay, bit of meadow. So we'll get that done quick, then we'll go back to do the trees. But before we do, I have a swig of tea. Oh, nice cup. Won't be much done until next Monday now, because we're hosting a big party here tomorrow for my daughter and her partner. It's combined birthdays and anniversary. And what do they want? Curries. So we've got a local firm providing all the curries, not from a takeaway. And I've been out to an Asian supermarket up the road on my bike to get 10 packs of naan bread. I call myself the Naan Express on my bike. So the curry is a choice, even at Christmas, Boxing Day, they love curry. Not curry turkey. Right, so right, okay, meadow. So plenty of colour in this to make up for the coldness of the sky. So burnt sienna, yellow, cad yellow. So let's just put that in. Bit of pains. Don't overwork it, but have plenty of colour. I might etch out some grasses. Load of colour. But if you overwork it, it'll just go muddy. Let's bring the bristles back together again. So foregrounds, if you do them quick, are not really a problem. And when that dries off a bit, we can put in a bit of detail. But I want some dark in there. But I don't, as I say, don't overwork it while it's wet. We want to avoid the inevitable cauliflowers. Right, I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to do the house or the barn next, so I'll use a flat brush. I'll find it, there it is. Now, I'm going to wet the roof. A bit too wet there. And put in red would be a nice colour, but burnt sienna red is probably a better colour. And a bit of green. Just Payne's grey and a bit of yellow. And we'll just put in a bit of algae. Right, chimney stack. So we'll have that brick red, I think. The light is coming from, I don't know where yet. Where the light coming from there, so I can put a bit of dark shadow on there. And we'll have a little chimney stack. Now, chimney, chimney is nice bright red. Don't attach it or if you can, don't attach the chimney pot to the stack. Leave a space. Right, now I'm going to do these trees now before I do this, because I want that. Though I don't want that roof to come into the rest of it. Just flatten the paper. So by the time I've done that, this will be ready to add a little bit of detail to. This is only a simple painting. I've got another hake here. I've got my little. Oh, here it is. The medium Ron Ransom hake, which is dirty. Oh, I haven't finished my tea yet. I'll let so many cups of tea go cold because I get absorbed in the painting. Okay, now a mix of burnt umber and ultramarine. That'll give a sort of a grey. So now you can see the intensity of that contrast is reduced now. I need a bit more blue in, I think. I'm going to put some burnt sienna in here and there. So a few warm bits. Might put some ivy. There's a few leaves on the top of this. Right, bit of green, I think. Bit of green. Thick green. So, cad yellow, bit of ultramarine, too much water on the brush. So always have a cloth handy to take a bit of the moisture out. I can improve the colour of that with a bit of sienna. And that is a lovely dark green, ivy climbing up the tree. And we definitely want some in there. Right, now some strong greens, some bushes, hedgerows. I'll use Payne's grey, bit of red. The paint, because I've kept it in the Stay Wet palette, is lovely and moist. Doesn't take much water to soften it. Sort of evergreens. Oops. Be careful how you use this, because you get these sort of similar strokes which we don't really want. So let's have a bit of burnt sienna in here. That green. That's what I mean. Look. You end up going higher than you intended. Right, now with the mop, I want a nice dark green in here. Just to highlight. And it's turned into a sort of fur, small fur. Okay, so that gives a nice outline to the building. Okay, a little bit. Okay, clean that brush. Now back to the large. I'm still going to go over that. Now I'm going to texture this foreground now. I want dark green, so yellow, panes, sienna. Don't want a lot, but just some indications that there's something else going on in the land, in the scrubby foreground. To do a bit of a shadow, but as you go off into the yonder, then could do a bit less detail. Okay, now with the rigger. I've lost my rigger. Oh, here it is. Hiding. Right, some dark, warm dark. Add a bit of burnt sienna to the green. I think I'll clean that one. Right, that'll do for that. There, now the barn. Oh no, let's do the shadows from the trees. So just a blue and a red. There's something coming off stage left. Right, same here. Right, now then. Clean the brush. So they're 1/2 inch flat. Just touch that. So that's more in the light. So we'll have light burnt umber for that. Oops, a bit darker than that. A bit of dirtiness in it. this whole building. I'll put these shadows in and the windows and stuff in a minute. Right, now that side we want a dark colour for that. It's just wet a little bit. I'm going to try and stay away from the door. Right, now just a dark shadowy bit. Just let the paint go where the water is. Okay, I'll do a couple of birds because I've still got to do a little bit of detail in the trees, but I'm just waiting for it to dry off. So, birds, nice. There's another one here. Now, blues. Right, not much more I can do to that. I'm just going to I'll give it a dry. So headphones off, mute your sound. Right, okay, now we'll put in a bit of dark in that, so doorway there. We'll leave and then a bit of shadow. Bit of shadow under there and under there. Okay, I'll sign it and I'll put it in a mount. Got a nice bit of juicy dark paint. Oh, a little bit more water on that. Right, I'll just stick it at the top. Tape. Take those off. The mount on. I'll move the camera back, the webcam. So I can take a lot of that foreground up now. Maybe because it was just a bit too big. So, plenty of colour in the foreground, very little detail other than suggestion of detail. I think these probably are just a little bit too dark, but never mind. That's the blue mount. I don't like the blue mount. Oh, actually, it's cleaner than the white mount. What did I do? I think we've got the camera far enough away. Right, I'll just check the colour of that. I think that's okay. Thanks for watching, guys and dolls. See you soon. Bye bye.